Hey my friends, Dr. Groovy here, Scott Grove at GroovyMusicLessons.com. Today, going to answer all the questions you guys had put in on a video I had asked you to ask questions on that I posted about a month ago. So I'll go ahead and answer all that. A lot of these are just well wishes and so forth, which I appreciate so much. And I'll just get through most of them. Some I will not answer because, and it's not your fault necessarily unless you just don't watch my channel, but I'm not a cookie cutter channel where I do the exact same videos that everybody else is doing. I, for the most part, do not accept music gear to review and so forth. All the reviews you've seen on my channel, except for half a dozen, so the other few hundred have all been items that I personally own. So if it's a question about something that has came out in the past 25 years, I'm not going to know the answer to it because I haven't played anything or basically haven't owned anything that's came out in that period of time. So I'll basically just let you know that I don't own it. So if I don't own it and you ask a question about it, sorry. It's just ain't nothing I can do about it. So I'll just let you know. Okay, so I'll just jump right into here. I don't know how many hours this thing will last. If I'll have to do a couple videos. As of right now, no idea. So first ones I know are some thank yous. We have Reed Burke. Says, maybe you would be surprised how many people love you, Scott, which is awesome. And to anybody who loves me, thank you. It says, I have not missed one of your videos in many years. Also bought your lessons pack. Thank you. You're the best, Scott. Hang in there. I'm trying. And thank you so very much, man. I appreciate it, Reed. It's a beautiful thing to just get letters like that. Makes my days go by easier than they normally do, which I'll barely touch on here in a second. From Derek Damager, it says, dude, those 10-hour long Q&A videos from years ago, which were about 10 years ago, got me through some very dark times in my life. Thank you for those. I've been meaning to go back and watch them again. I can't believe people actually watch those. It's crazy that anybody would find my life slightly interesting. Go back and watch those again when I get the chance. One of the happiest days in recent memory was when you made your return back to YouTube. I am thrilled at each and every video that you put out, no matter how basic or advanced the content is. Thank you, Derek. Again, one of those meaningful things that get me through the days when most days are pretty hard to get through. For people who don't know, there's a lot of health problems here, and they're definitely taking their toll, let's say, and that'll lead into the next one, which is another well-wish thing from Fento9. It says, hey Scott, been a fan of you and your channel for years. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the great videos, laughs, and great information. You aren't on much anymore, but I still look forward to whatever you do put up. I'm so sorry to hear that it'll all be coming to an end. You will be greatly missed, brother. Thank you very much. The coming to an end thing is basically two different things. I have come to a financial stalemate where I have an empire of dirt, and that is it. So gear rich and money poor. So I have basically spent my last dime that I'm going to be able to spend on gear, and from here on out I have to sell gear in order to stay afloat. So that's one part of why a lot of this is going to stop. The other reason a lot of this is going to stop or will stop is because I'm going to stop physically. So that's just a thing that's on the horizon. So I'll just leave it at that. It's been a long time coming. So that's that. Okay, so here's John. Let's see. Can I do this? Pistonic, possibly. Says, hi Scott, just discovered your channel, and believe me, I have been every guitar channel, or on every guitar channel imaginable, and your way of teaching really connects with me. I like your jazzy blues breakdowns the most, and your slide work. My question is, did you ever play in any bands, and do you have a video on keeping time? Thanks for all you do. Thanks, John. Yeah, I've been in a buttload of bands. I was on the road for about 25 years and playing in the general vicinity of Indianapolis, Indiana for another at least 10 years prior to that. So yeah, I've been doing lots of things with people that nobody's ever heard of, and some famous people, and some just stuff on the road to be on the road, basically outrunning bill collectors. That's how a lot of us get. It's like, time to hit the road, man. Good luck letting them try to catch up with me. So, and your question, the other question was, oh, do you have a video on keeping time? The only time keeping video that I ever honestly put out was for bass guitar players. So that was way early, like in 2013 or 2012 or somewhere around then. So if you'd like something other than that, I don't know if you are a bass player or what you play, but that's the only one where I kind of went there on that. So actual time-keeping videos, if you want that, let me know on another video, of course, because this particular video will be taken down after I do this video. Okay, so I'd be happy to do it though. Okay, next we have, I like this, we'll go on to Paul. His name is Paul, and just to let you know, if you have a really strange name with just a bunch of consonants in a row followed by 420/69, I'm just gonna not try to even pronounce your name. Okay, if I can't just see it, I'm just gonna bail right over it, but I'll still read your question, of course. Paul, it says, just wanted to thank you for making music fun to learn. Hey, my pleasure, buddy. Just straight up, no BS approach. Set me on my road to learn as much as I could about music and guitar. Thanks again. Appreciate it, Paul. Anything I can do is an awesome, beautiful thing. And the fact that you enjoy it makes it that much better. The fact that anybody has ever watched is beyond me, but I'm glad that so many people have dug it over the years. So glad it resonated with you, buddy. Here's one of those I might be able to pronounce. Looks like it says Big Fricky. Someone out there has a Big Fricky. Okay. It says, hey Scott, long time subscriber here, thank you. I'm glad that you're still here on YouTube after all these years. I'm glad I'm still here in both ways. Thank you. My question would be, what is the funniest and or guitar-ded things you have heard people say in the guitar community, and I expect something a little dumber than wood affects tone, which was a thing in itself. Much love to you. Stay safe. Thanks, Mr. Big Fricky. Let's see. So, that people say, guitar stuff that people say in the guitar community are, I hate to be this way, but basically things that have happened on my videos. Well, I don't expect never mind, I do expect everybody to watch my videos, but things where people will repeat the same things I have repeated, and this is generally content creators. I'll see, it really seems like it's not just chance that some of this stuff comes up. It seems like a lot of content creators actually come to my channel, find out what kind of stuff I'm posting, and they post something exactly the same, but they'll change one or two words that they just don't agree with. So that's the most guitar stuff I think I have seen, is just, and I expect it, people that started doing videos after me, which would be everybody, so everybody would have, it would have all went down, dribbled down from person to person to use this channel as a model to what they do not ever want to do, or what they do want to do, or from another channel that got something from my channel, and so forth and so on, even including the lovely tone wood thing, which led to some more guitar-ed things. Most of all, which have been just arguments with things I say. People are always like, well, he thinks he knows it all, but, and I don't, of course, but the things I toss out there, I definitely either know are correct, or 1000% in my head think are correct. How's that? So just people arguing about stupid piddly shit. You know, if it's just something that I came up with and they just want to argue about it, they want to kill me and the family, just like I used to tell them I wanted to do, just because I said their guitar couldn't be perfectly intonated if it happened to be a Les Paul from 1952 with the regular old bridges on them that had no way to intonate them. I just mentioned that and they're like, I'm going to kill you and your wife for saying that. Okay, so that kind of mentality. Okay, best I can do at the moment. Okay, we have Les Stoddart, not Les Paul, Les Stoddart. Hi Scott, a question. I remember you making a really groovy video explaining the Nashville number system. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot that explains. It's every bit of theory stuck into a very concise lesson. It says quite a long one, going into rules for changing keys as well, I think. Yeah. At the time, I thought I'm never going to find that again, because I don't think the title of the video had anything to do with the Nashville number system. Right enough, I can't find it. I think it would be nice of you to highlight, because it was the best explanation of it I've ever heard. Can you remember it and point me in the right direction? Thanks for everything, man. Yeah, I'll go through this video, and I know there's no way to directly contact anybody anymore, which is another suck-ass thing that YouTube has done. So I will either rename the video that it's on or add it into the title along with the thing, just in case it wasn't named Nashville Number System. That way you can actually go to my channel and look it up, you know. I'll specifically do that just so you can find it that way from a search from where all my videos are at. Okay, so I'll get to that one and toss it in there for you. Okay, we have Dave White. God, I love the easy names. Dear Dr. Groovy, did you buy the house next door to store and set up your new music room? No, I wish I could, actually. We've talked about it. Have loved your videos since the really raw days. You had me rolling with laughter. Stay groovy, my friend. Thanks, Dave. Actually, yeah, we would have loved to get the house next door so we could actually put something in here. The house we are currently in, we don't have a couch in, we don't have a living room, we don't have anything. Everything's in storage. Have 2 storage places where all the guitar cases, all the lighting, everything that could possibly be construed as a guitar workbench worthy, everything is in storage. If I want to find most of my musical stuff, meaning pedals or stuff, it's in storage, which blows dog. So the house is about half the size of what we actually need. So I know you weren't literally asking, but that's would have loved the house next door. Let's see. We have Joe Johnson. Says, hello, Dr. Groovy. Hello, Joe. Hey, Joe. Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to Ed Dana last night on a live stream thing, and we were, him and Duncan from DKG Customs, we were doing a bunch of Three Stooges crap, so I'm still stuck on it. It says, hope you are well. My question is, which guitars do you play the most lately? Are they the custom guitars you bought for yourself, or maybe some new guitars you purchased? Read more. Thank you for everything you've given us, from your lessons to guitar industry history to the truth about tone wood, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you, Joe. See, what do I actually play the most lately? It's always my Rain Song acoustic. It is right here on a stand behind me. My Pink Paisley Strat I play still all the time. I play my custom white Iceman for myself, but I don't get to play it on videos teaching anybody anything because it doesn't have any fret markers that are visible from the front. So that's why you never get to see it in videos. It's a shame, but I refuse to have fret markers on guitars that are custom guitars. If I look around, let's see, it's my Ibanez Musician 924 bass from 1982, and probably my Buddy Guy blackened and white polka dots on it Strat are the ones I play the most often. Okay, so that would be it. And then I've got a nylon Takamine, classical acoustic electric that I yank on, yank out every now and then. So those be them. And thanks again for subscribing and being here for so long. Can't believe I've stuck around as long as I have. It's crazy. Can't believe that many years have gone by. We have JK Aquatics. Scott, glad to see you on here still. I hear you. Looking good, man. Thank you very much. I quit dyeing this thing, so there it is. You seem to have done it all as far as instruments. My question is, how is your health these days? I am a longtime subscriber of yours and can't and don't want to see a day where you are not here anymore to share your knowledge with us and entertain us. Let's face it, you were pretty damn funny. Take care, friend. Be well. As I had mentioned earlier, it is what it is. About 30 pills a day and about 16 to 20 hours of sleep a day is what I get. So, as my doctor had pointed out Monday when I went in, he didn't even say hi right off the bat. He goes, "Hey, did you know you're obese?" It's like, thanks. Good to see you too, Doc. One doc to the other. So, am I healthy? I guess not. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on so much crap. So, I am what I am. How's that? One day at a time, buddy. Let's see. I am not going to pronounce this correct, I know. Popo Gijo. I hope I got it right. Scott, I wish you had more viewers. Me too, dude. You are one interesting guy. I really learned a lot of totally great shit from you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the viewers the subscribers are 125,000 right now, and my average view per video is about 2,000. So that has definitely changed over the years. The people just basically like to watch me explode and basically self-combust back in the day when I didn't know that the whole bipolar thing was an issue, and that I was just basically self-destructing and doing it on camera. I had no real business being on back then, but people like to stop and watch a car crash on the side of the road, and that's basically what was happening back in the day. They were just waiting for me to just explode. And a lot of people subscribe just to do that. It's like, we're going to tune in again and watch him freak out. And they did. So people aren't tuning in to see the good stuff, So that's a shame too. I appreciate you saying something about it though. Okay, we're going on to... Ah, it's my wife over there giving me a kiss. Big kiss over there.
I'm gonna go.
She's gonna leave me?
Yeah.
You going gambling?
Yes.
All right, she's gonna go lose a guitar or two for me. Take care, kiddo.
Thank you.
Let's see, Glory Days Cathode Rays. That's the name. At least I can read it. Scott, been watching for years. Love the channel. Thanks, dude. Thank you. Honest knowledge from a man who tells you the truth about gear and knows his stuff. Anyway, your thoughts on the Boss Katana. Now, that's one of the things I've talked about. Never have heard one, never have played one, don't know what it is other than the reviews I have watched. The nearest music store is 100 miles from me, and that would be a Guitar Center, and I won't set foot in one of those. So I honestly have zero idea what a Katana is or does. So no idea. I have my Johnson Millennium amps, and I've been using those since, let's see, 95, and haven't changed since, and haven't wanted to. So haven't tried anything else because I really don't see any need for it. Going on to question 2, as a fellow fan of the 80s Ibanez Roadstars, okay, you're in my wheelhouse. Which model was your favorite? Mine was the RS315. Yeah, yeah, all the Roadstars, just amazing. Roadstars are probably one of still the most overlooked axes out there. Last time I said something about PV USA guitars, everything went through the roof, and now that nobody's watching, yeah, the Roadstars are so stupidly overlooked and are amazing axes, and yeah, you're dead on right for having the one you have. I love the Roadstar basses too. They just made everything right from about 1978 until 84. I say that because there's a cutoff when they started doing things wrong. See, we have a third question. From your most memorable gig, not necessarily the most famous or high profile, but the one you always look back on with the most joy. Thanks again. Read more. For the years of content, and from one old guitar guy that's been doing this forever to another, hope you never retire and keep giving us content for years to come. Thanks, buddy. As far as a gig that I've been doing that was full of joy, of course those are always the ones that everything actually happens to be magical. You're with a group of good, amazing players, and had this only a couple times out of easily thousands of gigs, but just where everything flipping goes right, and you surprise yourself in the stuff you play, and the band surprises you in the way that everything just cohesively comes together and changes because everybody is feeling that things are gelling so well that you read each other's minds and everybody takes off into a different direction than what things have been played, the way things have been played since, you've played Sweet Home Alabama for the, 8,000th time. All of a sudden you do it and it becomes a jazz excursion or something, but so cool that you almost tear up at the end. That's only happened a couple of times, and if I can remember correctly, both times were when there was like nobody at the gig, and you're just dumbfounded. It's hard for me to not catch the logic of this, but since there's nobody there and you just, slayed everything, and after the end of every song, it's just dead quiet. You can hear somebody sweeping up in the back. You can actually hear the broom bristles hitting the floor. That's always a good time. But you don't really care that much because everybody got together and made something very cool. And back in the good old days, it's like everybody was high on stage, so everything somehow just sounded cooler probably than it was, but everybody still felt it. Real quick, the other thing, as far as that brought joy, was this goofy ass gig we did up in, this was, let me remember the name of the place. It was in Fernie, British Columbia, Canada, and I turned 21 up there, and it didn't matter because we were allowed to drink since I was 18 up in Canada. I played up there a lot. And we were getting ready to set up, and this stench, it is a fun thing, but just we couldn't find it. And we had started to set up, but then we just couldn't take it anymore. We decided to move the stage, so we took our shit off the stage and actually pulled the stage out, which were very, very heavy big chunks of wood because we were up like 3 feet in the air, and pulled the stage back, and there was a dead cat under there. Okay, and it had been basically, it's down to about half of it was like maggots, but just the fact that they said, yeah, other people have been saying that it's kind of funky up there. It's like, man, this is beyond funky. So just having that happen, and then having the years of joy come from that, just so when people dance by you and they're two-stepping past you when we're yee-haw and everything, and that brings me to one other story. I'm going to tell it anyway because it's fun. When people dance by you and they fart, and you can smell this wafting over the stage, it's always like, dead cat. And nobody knows what you're talking about. But another gig, we actually got almost fired for it. But if you remember, if anybody knows what White Castle hamburgers are, sliders, we would all eat as many of those as we could, and just, kill the stage with, just the worst White Castle farts you could have. Nothing worse than a White Castle fart. And there was a girl in the band too, and she would just let them rip. And on stage, it was just so hard to remain up there, and so hard to keep from, we teared up. There was no getting around that. But God, it was so rank up there, and people would complain to management. This was at a hotel, in Iowa or something. And yeah, people were like, man, something coming off that stage is rancid, and there was no doubt what it was. It just smelled like everybody just shit themselves. Yeah, they came up and talked to us. Management did during one of the breaks and said, whatever you guys are pulling up there, it's like, we're pulling each other's fingers. That's what we're doing. Just too much fun. So yeah, those are my fun memories that I can remember. Met all my wives at gigs. I had 3 wives so far. So those were always fun too. Met a few hundred that could have been wives. I was really scared when Facebook came out. Thought I was going to get a bunch of paternity possible things coming my way, but it never happened. Okay, I'll shut down that one and get to somebody. We got Toby Williams on deck. Hey, Toby. Hey, Scott Grove. Glad to hear you're doing good. I've been watching your videos for years. It's amazing that people still watch. It's nuts. I wouldn't. For the sake of keeping it short, don't worry about it. It's been short my whole life. What is your favorite Telecaster pickups? I realize a lot's in the hand of picking and the rear of the bridge. However, if you weren't happy, what would be your go-to for a replacement? Easy. I want to get the letters right for you, even though I use these pickups in a few guitars. And okay, they are the M by G&L. I use those on a few tellies I have laying around, and I even always go through, and I don't care if it's vintage or if it belonged to Buck Owens or what have you. I will cut the guitar a middle pickup and then put the 3 MFDs in there. And I just can't imagine a better sounding pickup, and again, something special about the bridge pickup. Middle pickup's great, and the neck pickup. Let me look at this one. Yeah, it looks like it's the size of a tele pickup, but it still has the pull pieces in it. But yeah, that I can't imagine using anything else now that I found those. So I might sell a few guitars to go ahead and buy one kind of classic like a Skyhawk or something older, that just because it's older, for no other reason. It's not going to be better, but just something else that is sort of different looking, but that has those pickups in it. So try them. Go try the new ASATs or whatever. There's a whole bunch of guitars they have out now that they've done a resurgence of the MFD pickups. So that would be my big 3 cents worth right there. Okay, we have Garland Garrett. I got it right. I know I did. As a relatively new player, third try, I have learned much from you in the last few months and look forward to the Q&A sessions next month. Kudos from Louisiana, and keep on grooving. Grooving I'll keep doing. And glad to have you aboard. I hope you check out all the old stuff. There's a lot of old stuff, and I don't know whether to rehash them, reband them, brand them, and throw them back up again, or just simply give the basic lessons again, because for some reason people don't look at old lessons. I don't get it. So maybe I would actually get some more folks in if I did the lessons that I used to do. Keep all the drama out of it, but at least the lessons. It seems like most people would rather watch the old drama videos than they would care to watch lesson videos. I could see how the roadside kill would be more some people's cup of tea, but when you actually have a channel with the word lessons in the title, you would expect lessons, wouldn't you? I'm glad you're digging the ones that have already been put out, and that your third time around, hopefully some of this stuff will stick enough that you'll stick with it, because you'll end up at a point, if you don't give up, that your guitar is going to be your best friend. It'll take the place of anybody, including a spouse or whatever even, that you have a relationship with. It will become number one. It happens. Guitar in general, yeah, but you'll find a certain guitar that will be your best friend. It'll always be around through every little flipping thing you do, and you can take your aggression out on it. You can put your go to your happy place, and it's always going to be that guitar, and it's a beautiful thing, man. And thanks for the nice comments. Okay, holy crap. I think I can get this name. Oh, want to remind you guys, for anybody that's still tuning in, I was talking to Duncan at DKG Custom and talking to Ed Dana, a friend of mine, on a live broadcast last night, and they were wanting me to do some live streaming stuff, and they're going to talk me through that. So I guess we're going to have me try to do some of that if anybody's interested. So let me know if you guys are interested in doing that. Just chatting back and forth, I don't want to do the same stuff everybody else does, where they sit around and, okay, what do you think of the new Glary guitar that the other 75 people have reviewed? Glary don't send me guitars, and I don't want them. People have tried to send me stuff, and I always say, that's a retarded idea. I have no use in pushing your product, no matter how good or bad I think it might be. could give two shits, I wouldn't give one shit for a lot of that stuff. So, yeah, not going to discuss things like that. But yeah, if you guys just want to yak and do such a thing on a live stream, let me know if you're interested. If not, I won't do it. Okay, here's Mr. Night Owl's guitar rants and reviews. Okay, this could be cool. It says read more on here, so I'll go ahead and click that. Holy crap. It must be read this book. I'm glad over the last few months or so that you started to feel well enough to start making videos again. Thank you. I just was able to take a shower. I get to take a shower, but about every 5 days. Yeah, it's that bad that I feel that bad all the time to be able to. That's all I can do. I get to sleep in a separate bedroom because of the stench. You think I'm kidding? Okay. It says, I do have a question, but I just wanted to say thank you for all you've given us already. When I was a teenager, I really wanted to play, but all of my friends who were annoying prog rock fans and talked all the time about those scales and stupid names and playing those annoying weedle solos all the time. I ended up saying screw it and quitting guitar and just singing in the band. I discovered you as an adult around 2010 or 11. I thought to myself, finally someone who explains it in a way that makes sense and doesn't overcomplicate everything to try to come across as an academic. I went from knowing only a few open chords and AC/DC riffs. Okay, I saw AC/DC here earlier and I was hoping he progressed past that. I know nothing wrong with AC/DC, but yeah, it's easy to get past that and still remember it. Don't want to piss anybody off. To actually knowing how to play the damn thing. There you go. I also want to thank you for all the gear reviews and basically blowing the lid off the expensive gear scam. I bet it feels good all these years later being proven right by a few people who are willing to listen and actually do crazy experiments that proved you were right all along. During the lockdowns, I met up with my old friends again to jam, and boy were they surprised when I sounded just as good on the recordings we made with the Bandit, great amp, Digitech 355 pedal and a Predator Strat. That's all you need, dude. I just wanted to say thank you for everything. You're welcome, dude. I always love music, but the joy that comes from making it is awesome. Thank you. Now for my question. If you were running a Digitech into a Bandit like me, would you still use a separate compressor? Yes. Like the CS3 or Keeley, or just use the built one, the one that's built in. It's the one effect on this pedal I use that I'm fairly iffy about. Thanks again for everything, and God bless. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, compressors are my second big thing. I swapped compressors and I swapped volume pedals, two things I thought I would never do. I got rid of the Morley volume pedals and went to, it's spelled L-E-H-L-E, Lately, maybe. It's a $300 flipping volume pedal. And then what do I have down here? The compressor looks like a Keeley. It's a 4-knob, but it's a new one. It's not the old 4-knob, but I like it a lot, and there's no noticeable noise, like the bosses have when they're really like cranked wide open as far as the sustain part goes. I have these ran full max and no noise. That's a good thing to happen. It sounds good, of course, and that's what I'm using. And I've got built-in compressors in my Johnson amplifiers, and they are a Digitech thing, and so the compression in that and in your unit would be the same deal, same type of deal, and I'm not extremely satisfied with the stuff that's in the amp as far as the compressor goes, but everything else fine and dandy. I have a lot of these Johnson J Station. They look like a pod, like a Line 6 pod thing. These were the first ones to come out, but they have compressor on them. And I sometimes, when I go do a singles gig where it's just me and backing tracks, sometimes I'll just use that and not a separate compressor, and just use the volume on the controller that controls the unit. And I'm all good to go. You know, if I'm feeling real lazy, that's the way I'll go. But yeah, I'm all with you on the Bandit amp. I've got my PV amp right back here. It's a special 112, I think, or a special 130. And got a Predator, the PV Predator, sitting right there. And you were talking about the Digitech. I have this same one. I've got like 10 different old Digitech things, and still like them, man. So I think you're on the right track. You don't need anything else except for, yeah, external compressor is the way to go. I like it that way. I don't like the like rack mount units that are basically meant for vocals and drums and stuff like that. They're not like a guitar compressor is. They're specifically made for something else. So I would stick with, yeah, like a Keeley or something like that, because of the low noise on those, and they do sound every bit as good as the Boss stuff, which is hard for me to say because I love my Boss compressors. I haven't sold any of those. I still have them. Let's see, we got Ronnie Searcy, or Searcy. God bless you, Scott. Bless you too. Gesundheit. No. Farfignugan. I wish I could do more to support you. I got something to say about that in a second. You had some really good country lessons in the past, marked 1 through umpteen. Yeah. I really like those, and you sold a bunch of lessons dirt cheap. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to purchase them because I'm not retired and gas prices and other prices keep going up. Well, you know the rest of the story. When I'm able to purchase some stuff from you, I certainly will. It's a thank you. Thanks, Scott. You are the Dr. Groovy. Thank you. Yeah, the country lessons that are marked 1 through umpteen. Yeah, I did so many of those, and a lot of people were thanking me for doing those, and they were actually just remakes of going back and doing the old licks that were the coolest off of all my old videos on here. So some people caught on that I was bringing the best of the best all back together and doing a long string of those on here. I finally gave them all titles. I changed the lesson number 1, lesson number 2, lesson number 3, and kept them, you know, like that, and actually put titles on them and proper thumbnails and all that, hoping somebody else would tune in and watch them, but nothing. Nobody will watch them. Odd. What was it else I wanted to say something about? You sold a bunch of your lessons dirt cheap. Yeah. That was the thing. I wish I could support you more. Yeah, support my ass, folks. People are always getting, and this is a cry out for help. People are always getting all these Patreon funded things, and people are always helping out other channels and stuff. I've had 3 people in 12 or 13 years that have donated to the channel. Three people. One was $1,000 from a guy overseas. Awesome. One guy gave $10. One guy gave $5. So I've made $1,015 in support money. There's a PayPal thing at the bottom of every video I do, so if anybody wants to throw something my way, hey, feel more than welcome to do so. Again, yeah, I'm on my last meal here, so to speak. So, yeah, I'm begging. I'm going down the tubes here. Okay, let's go to the next one on here, which we have Delta 41212. Delta 41212. I know, bad. Question: knowing what you know now, what you did, you wished you had. Oh, so knowing what I know now, see what do you wish you had known back, when I first started learning the guitar as a beginner? What would I have done? Skipped lessons. I would have skipped the notes, the books. I would have skipped all that shit. Very much so. It was my drummer. I got in a band with, just only having books. He's like, what the hell are these books? He goes, do you know how to play a bar chord? I'm like, don't know what that is. He showed me how to play a bar chord, and I swear to you, it wasn't 2-3 months down the road, we had all the players we needed, and we were playing gigs at 13 years old, and that was not something we did sparingly. We were constantly working. Kept that first band together for like 12 years. So yeah, if I would have just skipped the few years of guitar lessons, I would have been able to start playing in bars when I was 9 instead of 13. And yes, you were allowed to back in Indiana. It didn't matter what age you were, as long as you just stayed where you're supposed to stay, in the back dressing room or whatever they have for you, and you're good to go. So that's what I wish, if I'd known what I'd known then, what I know now. Let's see, who do we have? Oh, I can't pronounce this. Sweet Hathar. Okay, as close as I'm coming. Okay. I'm impressed with how Scott has maintained his beautiful smile even through the ups and downs of his health. Probably easy for a guy that is so incredibly groovy. Yeah, if you look, I know you probably really don't care about my actual smile, but if you go through the old videos, I had shitty teeth at the beginning. I woke up one time, it looked like I got shot in the face with a shotgun. Just laying in blood. Decided to finally go to the dentist, went to the dentist, got most of my real teeth still in my head. Got about a quarter of them replaced. Got all the work done. Got in the middle of my old videos, you'll see I have my adult braces on, and I go to the dentist constantly, probably too much. So I still have pretty teeth. So maybe not a great smile, but I got pretty teeth. I know you probably weren't asking about my actual dental hygiene, but anyways, thanks for the comment. Let's see. I'll do another one, and then I'm going to recharge my camera. But I'll probably cram all this together and probably make a few videos and upload them all the same day probably. So Nasmo King. Okay, so we have the King of Nasmo, wherever that is. It's kind of like Nemo. Hi Scott, my question for you is, if you were going to mod a Stratocaster, yes, guitar, which Strat pickups would you choose to do the mod and why? Of course I would use silver lace sensors because they're the grooviest. I've just become extremely fond of silver lace sensors that say Fender lace sensor on them, not the new ones that just say lace sensor on them, because the guy that runs it is a douche and can't build them the way they used to. So that'd be number one. Then the MDF pickups are from G&L. Other than that, I would like the Texas Specials from Fender. So those would be my three, probably in order. Okay, so personally, that's me. Okay, so thanks for asking that. And again, I'm going to change tape and not change tape, charge my camera, and be right back.